and welcome to this BuyBotPro training. I'm Holly Pebbles and this is my co-host Kaylee.
Hello.
Why do I say Holly Pebbles every time? I don't know why I do that. I think it's because it says it somewhere and then I think I'm going to say that. So let us know where you're from, guys. We'd love to know where you're joining us from. There's been a lot of variety of locations just recently, hasn't there?
Yeah, it's always interesting to see where you're all joining in from. Different times of the day for all of you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll just wait for a couple more people to join. Karen's here with us. And Beck. And S. Hi, S. Hi, Laura. Okay, so hi, Paul. Paul's from Surrey. Lovely to have you with us. Laura's from the UK. Sharon from London. Tim from the snowy south coast.
I was going to say, people in the UK, the weather has been so odd today.
It really has. It's like one minute it's totally sunny everywhere, and then the next minute, like there's just loads of snow, or like not even. It's
really grey, so I might have to turn my light on at some point.
Yeah, it's been so strange. Hi, Gary. Hi, Katara.
Oh, from is that Illinois in America?
Yes.
Hello.
Illinois, yeah. Yeah, that's a new one, isn't it? We've not had anyone from Florida just yet.
No.
Leonard from Romania.
I love seeing where everyone's from. It's really interesting. Hi, Matt.
It's great, isn't it? Awesome. Okay, so the way that we're going to work this webinar is we've got some pre-recorded videos and Kaylee's pre-recorded them for us. So we're going to play the videos on specific parts of BuyBotPro, so the different features that we've got. Not all of them, just a selection of them. And then once we have played those videos, we'll come back, we'll answer all of the questions that you've got that you can ask in chat. And yeah, that's how we're going to do it. So Tim said, yep, it's sunny now. It is. It's really sunny.
Give it 10 minutes, the snow will be back. Yeah, or sleet, I don't really know what it is.
Yeah, there's like these big balls of like, it kind of looks like you're in a snow globe a little bit.
Oh,
Can we tell people about the new BuyBotPro feature yet? I think we can, but I can't show it to you guys yet because it's not quite ready in that sense. But I think I can probably give you a good explanation of what's to come. So we'll do that at the end.
Yeah.
A nice surprise for the end. Okay, so what videos do we have?
Start with.
What do you think we should start with? Shall we go with the Multimarket Analyser?
Yeah, let's start with that one. Any questions, just put them in the chat.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to play this video, like Kaylee said. Any questions, pop them in the chat, and then we'll come back and we'll answer them afterwards.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to walk you through the Multi-Market Analyzer within BuyBotPro. So I'm on an Amazon product page and I've put in my buy price, clicked Analyze, and then I'm just going to come down to Multi-Market Analyzer. I'm going to zoom in so you can see it a bit better. So when BuyBotPro is analysing a deal, it's obviously looking at the current marketplace that you're in. But while BuyBotPro is doing that, it's also analysing that deal in all of the other marketplaces at the same time. And then we have this really useful section or feature called the Multi-Market Analyzer. So as always, if you hover over the title, you will get a tooltip about that feature if you want to read some more. Now down the left hand side, you have your flags to indicate what marketplace the information is related to. The first column is then the BSR, so the bestseller rank. As I'm sure you know, a lot of you will know, the lower the number, the faster that product is selling, and then the higher the number, the slower it's selling. So this gives you a really quick glance, a good indication of kind of, you know, which marketplaces have which BSR. You'll notice they can vary quite a lot between the marketplaces. So that's really useful to know because you can't just make an assumption that obviously because it's an amazing BSR in one marketplace that it's automatically going to be an amazing one in another. So that's really useful to know. Then coming along, you have got your price. So the currency for this column is local to that marketplace. So you'll notice here I've got pounds, then I go to euros, and then I've got dollars, American dollars, and then I've got Canadian dollars. The colours indicate the seller type. So you will see here that orange is Amazon, and then you've got grey, which is MF, and then there's also green, which is FBA seller as well. Coming along, you've then got your profit. So profit is slightly different in that that is in the currency that you are looking at. So this is all in pounds because obviously I'm in the UK. So if you're in the US, you would see the profit in dollars. And then coming along, you've got your ROI, your return on investment percentage, and then you've also got your break even. And your break even is also in the local marketplace currency. So you'll notice here, I've got a mix of currencies in that column. Now, a little bit about the exchange rate. So the exchange rate uses multiple data sources, and these are checked hourly and updated hourly as well. So if you are unsure about which exchange rate it's using, because obviously you're looking at a currency that's not your local currency, there will always be the breakdown at the bottom to show exactly the exchange rate that's been used to calculate that. Now, coming back to the flags, if you hover over a flag, you will see the keeper chart for that marketplace. So that's really useful because at a glance, you can just look at some of the key pieces of information for that product in that marketplace. Now, if you click on the flag, it will then open up that product in that marketplace. So if you've, at a really quick glance, you've looked at the information that you've got available to you in the Multi-Market Analyzer and you thought, yeah, I want to look at that in more detail, you just click on the flag and it will open this tab, and then all you need to do is input your buy price and click analyze, and then you can analyze that deal in that marketplace. So coming back to here, one thing I do want to say, because we do get asked sometimes, is if any of these are blank, so it hasn't filled it in for a certain marketplace, that's just because that product is not available in that marketplace. It's not because necessarily that BuyBotPro isn't able to populate that information. It's just that it's not available in that marketplace. So that's the Multi-Market Analyzer at a really quick glance, giving you key pieces of information about the product that you've just analysed, but in other marketplaces other than the one you're currently looking at. So I can analyse this product as I have done in the UK marketplace, and then I'm able to see the BSR, the price, the profit, the ROI, and the break even for multiple marketplaces using the Multi-Market Analyzer. Back to me and Holly. We're back.
Are we back? Can you see me?
I can. It was very slow to come on though, so I wondered if you were going to come back or not.
Mine's been really strange. I've just got a black square for where I am, so as long as you can all see me, then that's fine.
We can.
Okay, so that's the Multi-Market Analyzer. So Kaylee explained it really well. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions about it, but it's really helpful because it just allows you to see whether that product is selling well in the other marketplaces, whether it's something that you want to take a look at, if you want to think about selling in these other marketplaces, especially now that we have EFN back for the UK. So that's really exciting. I don't think anybody has any questions because, again, you did explain it really, really well.
I think doing these as well, I now know some questions that people ask. So I think,
yes.
Oh, they're going to ask that. And then I say it in the video and I save you all the trouble.
Yeah, definitely. You add it in there. So that's good. But it's good because it just makes it super informative and lets people know about the different things that BuyBotPro can do. Because we've had a lot, haven't we, just recently, whereby like a lot of people haven't even known that those things were there.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons that I love doing these training sessions, is people discovering things that they didn't know about, or maybe they knew about but were a bit unsure how to use it. So that's always good.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we don't have any questions, so I think we can probably move on to one of the others, and we'll probably get more questions from some of those. Okay, so shall we do, maybe we'll just go down them as they are. Should we do the variations feature?
Yeah.
Something did just pop up in chat, so I'm just going to take a quick look. Cheyenne said, in this case, do we still need to buy Keeper, or BuyBotPro uses Keeper data? So yeah, you absolutely don't need to buy a Keeper subscription with BuyBotPro. We buy all of the data from Keeper and display it really nicely so that you can see everything really clearly. So you absolutely do not need a Keeper subscription when you've got BuyBotPro. Katara said, so I just discovered the reverse sourcing. Yeah, it's a really good feature. So you've got the manual sourcing accelerator. And then you also, a lot of people don't know about this, and I think we should do this on the next one, Kaylee. A lot of people don't know that you can click through to the to other sellers storefronts, and then you can then go ahead and analyze and try to reverse source their products. So it's a super good feature. It was something that a lot of people didn't know about on live that I did just recently. So I think we should probably go over that in the next one.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, let's go ahead and do the variations feature, and we will see you in a minute.
Okay, so in this video, I want to show you the variations feature within BuyBotPro. Now I'm on Amazon, I'm using the Chrome extension, I've input my buy price, I've clicked analyze. And then for products like this, where obviously the product that I've analyzed is this colorway and this particular size, but it's a trainer or a sneaker, so it will come in different colors and it will come in different sizes. So if you scroll down, you will see that there is a section here, it's got some images and it says BuyBotPro and show variations. If you click the show variations button, it will then open up all of the different colorways and all of the different sizes that this product comes in. So it basically opens up a whole other avenue of products that you can then analyze and see if they would also be a good deal or not. Obviously, I know it's showing this as average, but I'm just showing you this product because it's a good example of the different sizes and different colorways. So you might have found a really great deal, a really great product that you want to sell, but then why not see if that could lead to more products and deals that you could find? There might be another colorway that will sell even better, or there might be a certain size that sells a lot better than another. Maybe it's a really common size that people are. So you can see which ones are better and then pick from those. So as I said, to open it up, all you need to do is click on the variations button, show more variations, and then it will open up. So the first column you've got here is the ASIN. You've then got the colour, so you'll see obviously there's different, all different colours of this. We've got navy and aqua, you've got light grey, aqua, white, light grey and pink. You've got the size. Obviously this is in UK sizes, and then you've got your price. Now if you hover over the price, it will show you the low and the high FBA and FBM price if that's applicable. And then you've got the number of sellers. Now obviously here it's just showing one FBA, one FBM. At the top here you've got toggles, so you can toggle FBA off and you can toggle FBM off. And let's say you're an FBA seller, so you only want to see FBA sellers, so an information, so you would just toggle that one off and then it will only show you FBA. The last column you've got is the review section, so the percentage of reviews. Now this is useful because you can kind of, I guess, make the assumption that the higher the review count or the review percentage, the more sales or orders there have been for that particular product, and therefore you know, it's more popular arguably. So it gives you a little bit of that information. Now you can sort these, so let's say you want to look at the ones with the highest reviews. Press once, you'll go low to high, and then press again and you'll go high to low. So I can see that that colorway in that size has had the highest amount of reviews. Now it's worth noting that the when you hover over, you'll see that it's blue. Now if I scroll down, you'll see there's one in the middle here which is blue. Now that is because that is the current one, that the ASIN that I am analysing here on BuyBotPro. So I've been analysing the light grey aqua in size UK 4. That's the product that I've been analysing. Now if you look at another one, you think, right, this has got the most reviews, so I want to actually go, obviously I know there's only one seller, so it's not the best example, but I wanted to choose one that's got lots of colourways and lots of sizes to show you. So if I then click on that, it will open it up with Amazon. I can then input my buy price and I can click analyze, and I can analyze that product using BuyBotPro just as I have analyzed the previous one. So you can open the product straight up from here once you've decided exactly which ones you want to look at. As I said, the blue highlight, that one there, you can just see at the bottom, shows you the existing one that I was analysing. Now, a question that we get asked a lot with this variations feature is to do with the BuyBotPro charts and the estimated sales calculator. And because there's lots of variations, what ASIN or what product is that data for? And the data that will be shown in your estimated sales calculator and in your BuyBotPro charts is applicable to that specific ASIN that you have analysed. Now, I'm obviously, as I said, I'm looking at the light grey aqua in a size 4. So the data for that specific colourway and that specific size, and therefore that ASIN is what I will be looking at in my BuyBotPro analysis. If I click on one like I have done here and open up a new tab and then I input my buy price and click analyze, that is the colourway and the size that BuyBotPro will be showing you the data for. So as I said, a really cool feature within BuyBotPro, because it just opens up a whole other avenue of products that you can go and analyze, and also gives you more information about them before you do that analysis, so that you can kind of weed out the ones that you don't want to look at in more detail and pick up the ones that you do. So that's the variations feature within BuyBotPro. Back to me and Holly.
Hello.
Hello. I'm still just a square.
Oh, you're a person, really. I can see you.
Yeah, so that's the variations feature. It's super helpful, and it's really necessary for those things like shoes and clothes and things like that. You definitely need to be making sure that you're looking at all of the different sizes to make sure that you know, it's still going to be profitable, because some actually sell better than others. Obviously, some sizes are a lot more popular than other sizes.
Well, we've got 60% on our poll that didn't know about the feature. So that's
wow, okay, that's really good then. Yeah, it's awesome to bring up new things so that people know that they are actually there.
Yeah.
Declan said variations are a headache. Yes, they absolutely can be, but it can be helped a lot by using the variations feature on BuyBotPro. Tim says, this is why I 100% need to start sourcing shoes and clothing again. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely big opportunity there. Paul said, just one question. On the BBP Keeper charts, does it also include access to the data, for example, the 70-day average prices? So we've actually got a video coming up about the charts. We could actually play that one next, couldn't we? So that will answer your question in there. So just after we've answered these questions, we'll play that video.
You're one step ahead, Paul.
Yep. Katara said, questions very new to BuyBox. Is the estimated sales specific for the item, or does it give overall?
Oh, and then she's put, I think you just answered
it. Yeah, okay. Awesome. So then Declan said, is there any way on seeing the 90-day sales on each variation on the drop-down feature?
You'd have to analyze, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you'd have to go ahead and analyze. So the estimated sales are always going to be dependent on the particular variation that you have selected. So if you wanted to look at a specific one, you would need to select the variation, go ahead and analyze it, and then it would give you that estimated sales. But we can definitely look at we could definitely look at adding that into the variations. Sorry, I was reading it again because I thought that I'd read it wrong, but then I realized that I hadn't.
Yeah, right.
AB said, can I export the Asins? Again, we have a video coming on that really soon. You've all
read my mind.
But yeah, we have a video coming on that soon, so we'll play that after the charts one. Lee said, is there a velocity feature, as in current stock at the current estimated sales? We don't have competition analysis on the videos
today. Not on this one, no.
Okay. So
otherwise that would be really weird that I've just predicted everyone's question.
So we have the competition analysis, and that's going to let you know the current stock of each seller, of the top 10 sellers. And then it'll let you know the overall stock count as well. In regards to the current stock at the current estimated sales, it's not going to give you it's not going to give it you that accurately, because obviously they are estimated sales and the price can change at any time depending on what the sellers on that listing do. But you can definitely see the current stock. And you can also see the estimated sales, but you just can't see them in correlation to each other. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. Let me know if you have any more questions about that. Okay, so there's no more questions. So we'll jump into the BuyBotPro charts, and that'll then answer Paul's question. Okay, all right, see you in a minute.
So now I'm going to talk about the BuyBotPro charts. So I think for a lot of you, these are kind of a key step in your deal analysis. So you input your buy price, you click analyze, BuyBotPro analyzes those thousands of data points and brings up all of this amazing information. And then when you're looking through that information, I think one of the key things that you should be looking at as well is the BuyBotPro charts that are here when you're on Amazon. Now I've got my BuyBotPro set to be fixed to my right hand side, so when I scroll down the charts, BuyBotPro doesn't move, it only scrolls up and down when I've got my cursor over that, because that's how I like to look at the charts. But of course, do whatever works for you. Now there are some different ways that you can customize the charts and toggle things on and off depending on what you want to look at. Another way that you can kind of make it more personal to you, because we understand that everyone analyzes things differently and also has different pieces of information that they want to look at. So two kind of ways that you can change the look and make it a bit more relevant to you. So first of all, if you click on your settings cog here on the right hand side, you've got your personalization section of your settings, and here you'll see you've got chart settings. So first of all, you've got the toggle where you can decide that you do or you don't want to see the charts at all, and then you've got your default day range. So you'll see underneath this top chart here you've got the duration, and so if I click through, I can change the time period that chart is showing me. Now there might be a range that you kind of always go to whenever you look, and so to save you having to click through, you can set your default day range here, and then the charts will automatically open set to that day range, whichever one you choose. Then you've got stepped BSR line. So you'll see here this green line is the BSR line, and it's very kind of jaggedy and it goes up and down. You can also change it to a stepped BSR, so it is more kind of at right angles, like you'll see I'm doing with my cursor now. So again, just personalizing it to whatever is easier for you. You've then got your bar chart averages. So they are the ones, obviously I'm going to go through this in more detail. Those are here. So this is information that is in this top chart here, but just replicated in a different way. Again, everyone is different, so another way to view that information, each in a separate bar chart, and you can toggle those on and off. You've then also got it in a table, which you can toggle on and off here. And then this bottom graph here, which is seller stock and price, you can also toggle on and off. So that is one way that you can kind of decide what you do and don't see, and also things like your default day range. Now coming back over to the charts, you've also got some toggles down the right hand side here. Now this is just an indicator of all of the information you can see here, and then you've got the sales heat map, which is the bottom one here. You might have certain pieces of information that you want to look at. You might look at this, especially if you're new to BuyBotPro maybe, and you think, you know, that's a bit too much for me to look at all in one go. I want to see certain pieces of information. So then let's say you wanted to look at the FBA price and the BSR. So you could toggle all of these other ones off, and that's the only information that you would see on the chart there. Super easy to turn on and off exactly what you want to see. The other thing you can do is hover over. So you'll see as I hover over here, the date and the time is changing as I travel along the duration of that chart, and the numbers are changing. So I can see exactly, let's say for example here, 2nd of January, 104, I can see exactly what all of those pieces of information are. You've got the BSR, you've got the FBA price, you've got the lowest new price, Amazon, you've got the buy box, and you'll also see you've got multiple buy boxes there because of multiple buy box prices because it's changed, but it tells you exactly the time that's changed. Really, really useful. Of course, you've got your duration along the bottom, but like I said, you can set it to a default range in your settings. So underneath that, you've then got your sales heat map. So we always say kind of, you know, when you look at a weather forecast and it's like the temperature forecast. So the redder the map, the hotter the temperature is going to be. And here in your heat map, the hotter the map, the redder the map, the faster and the better that product is selling. So a really, really visual tool quickly to see how well and when a product is selling. And you'll see across here, you've got the months here that it's showing you. Let's come down to the next one now. So this is offer and review. So here you have got your new offer count, which is this blue line here. You've got your review count, and then you've also got the rating as well. Again, if you hover over, you'll see here it's telling you exactly what they were at any given time. And again, you can toggle them on and off on the right hand side for exactly what you would want to see at time. And then coming down, you've got your main and your subcategory Bsr Values Chart. So this shows you the BSR in all of the categories that this product features in. So you have got toys and games here, which obviously it tells you is the main category. And then you've got the subcategories that it's featured in and the BSR for each of those. Coming down, as I mentioned briefly earlier, you've then got your what we call kind of bar chart averages. So this information here is all of the information that's in this top chart here. So FBA price, Amazon. You'll notice then if you come down, you've got FBA price and Amazon, and then the other ones as well. So just another way that that information is presented to you, because you might want to, as I said, look at one thing at a time and you can see how it changes. Coming down, you've also then got all of that information in a table form. So you've got your duration here, so 7 days, 30, 90, 180, 365, and then all time. And then you've got exactly that information, but just in a table format. And like I said, you can toggle these on and off in your settings. And then the bottom chart we've got is your seller position and your stock level and your price. So here you'll see you've got your top 10 seller positions. If you hover over, it will show you the name of that seller. It will tell you their fulfillment type. So you can see here this one, for example, is MF. And then you've also got the price and their stock level as well. So if I hover over, I can keep going. I can see the second one, there's Amazon. And then I've got the third one is MF Prime. You've got another MF, an FBA in position 6. So really, really useful information that you can just see. It's kind of like the competition analysis, but in chart form. So those are the BuyBotPro charts. Super useful, I think you'll agree, in just the amount of information that it gives you. Super useful information to see things such as the BSR, whether that fluctuates, whether it's stable, Amazon price, the FBA price, and of course that buy box as well. Really, really useful information in terms of deciding whether a deal or product is one that you want to pursue. Let us know your questions. Back to me and Holly. We're back again.
There we go. I'm still a box. I don't understand what's happening. Can you see me?
I can see you.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that's the charts. I hope that answers your questions, Paul. You can see the 90-day averages and everything that you need to see in all of those bar charts, and there's also a table below, as you just saw. So you can definitely see those. It includes all of that data. You definitely don't need a keeper subscription when you've got BuyBotPro. Okay, so Katara said yesterday I was sourcing, and I was like, what is this red for? Yeah, so that must be on the heat. Yeah, the heat. Yeah.
What is this red rectangle at the bottom?
Yeah.
Now you know.
So it just means it's selling really, really good. If you've got that red there, then it's a good one to look at.
Yeah.
Can those charts be made larger or pop out in a separate window? You could definitely zoom in on the Amazon page. So you could like do Command and Plus, or like just zoom in with the trackpad, but you can't open them in a separate window. But I think depending on I guess it depends on the screen size that you've got, as to whether they look really big, but they look really big on my screen. So you might just need to zoom in a little bit. But yeah.
One thing I didn't show as well in the video actually is, where you can zoom in on the chart. So
so
you click and kind of drag on the chart almost, it will zoom in on that specific section of the chart, which is really useful if you just want to zoom in a bit. Not zoom in on the page as a whole, but zoom in on a certain part of the chart.
Yeah, absolutely. No, Tim says something. Tim knows something that I don't know. There's a button on the top right of the chart to maximize them. Is there?
Oh, Tim.
On the normal Amazon page.
I'm just having a look now.
Yeah, you need to go and look. If that's there, I have never seen that before, and Tim literally knows more about me than BuyBotPro, which is shocking to me. But thank you, Tim. We're going to check that out. So Ashley said, how would you see sales per month with the charts? So to see the sales per month, you're going to want to have a look at the estimated sales. Kaylee's nodding. Is there?
Yep.
I can't believe that.
So it then basically opens the charts, and BuyBotPro isn't there down the right hand side if that's where you've got it set. Obviously, I'm not sure what it will do.
Okay. I knew that you could do it on the from the quick look on the like the search page.
Yeah, anyway, so it's kind of like a little square. It's grey, so it's not particularly obvious on the white Amazon background. It's like little corners of a square.
Oh wow.
Thanks, Tim.
I wonder if Karen knew that. Karen, did you know that? Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Sorry, back to your question, Ashley. So how would you see sales per month with the chart? So you're going to want to look at the sales per month with the estimated sales. You can hover over the middle box and you can hover over there, and then it will say like January, February, March, all of the months, and then it will give you a figure. In regards to seeing the sales per month on the charts, you can't necessarily see it so much on the charts, but you can definitely look at the BSR line and see how the sales are doing from the BSR line. And
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Oh no,
She's talking
it's
to
doing
you.
that thing again. I need to take it off. It's my watch. If for some reason it sometimes thinks I'm saying Siri and I'm not saying Siri. So yeah, you can't necessarily see the sales per month on the chart, so it's not going to give you an exact number on the chart, but you can look at the BSR line, see how well it's doing on there, and I guess reading the chart lets you know how well that product is doing. But in regards to an actual figure, you'll need to use the estimated sales feature.
Yeah, use the estimated sales calculator. Tim will be doing these training sessions too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tim.
You're gonna have to take over, Tim. You know
You
more.
can be a guest speaker.
Shaz said, "Hi, could you please explain why the retail wholesale slider doesn't add the full VAT on the buy price as mine doesn't?" Okay, so for the retail wholesale toggle, that's basically just going to allow you to enter a buy price excluding the VAT. So if you're purchasing from a wholesaler, it's just going to allow you to enter the purchase price that the wholesaler gives to you. I think that answers the question. It doesn't add the full VAT on the buy price as mine doesn't. So it's not a case of you put the excluding VAT buy price in and we'll then add it on in the buy box field, if that makes sense. It'll do all of the correct calculations in the details below, but it's not going to add that VAT in the buy box, not in the buy box, in the buy price field. I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any extra questions about that, because I don't know if I fully understood that. Yeah, Beck didn't know that either.
Making us feel better, Beck. Thanks.
Yeah, charts on BuyBot Go are next level for zooming in and out. Yeah, so just recently we did a super cool update of the charts in BuyBot Go. So if you don't already know, BuyBot Go is the mobile app that comes free with your BuyBotPro subscription. And just recently we made it so that the charts in the BuyBot Go app are really, really, what's the word that I'm looking for? You can, interactive, that's the word. So before they weren't as interactive, it was kind of just like you could move a picture to and from to see the different ranges. But now you've got the full ranges, all of the ranges that you can see in BuyBotPro. You've got all of the toggles. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's really, really good. So you should definitely go and download BuyBot Go if you haven't got that already. Cheyenne said, setting for BuyBotPro UK market, if business registered, non-VAT, 20% VAT. I'm not sure I totally understand the question, but if you're VAT registered, then you definitely need to put that in your settings. If you're not VAT registered, then you also need to put that in your settings and save it. But I'm not totally sure of the question, so if you want to go again, and I will try to help as best I can. Katara said, mine keeps changing in the country. It can be very frustrating, the mobile app. Okay, we'll definitely take a look into that. I know that we had one other customer that was having a problem with it switching back to the UK from the US. But if you want to send a message to info@buybotpro.com and just let them know that you are also having that issue, then we can hopefully dig a little bit deeper and find out what's going on there, because we actually think that it could potentially be a device issue as opposed to the whole app issue, because none of us are able to recreate it, which is super frustrating for you and us. But we are trying our best to get to the bottom of that, but we've only had one other client, so if you could reach out, that would be really good. Sharon said,
I mean VAT registered or non-VAT registered.
Okay, so if you are either of those, you're going to want to click on the cog in the top right hand corner of BuyBotPro, and then it's going to have a drop down and it's going to ask you for your VAT settings, and you can enter that in there. So I think that helps, but again, let me know if it doesn't and we can go over it again. Shabu said, which method I should use ideally if I am VAT registered and do wholesale? The suggested method 4 does not work together with my reprice of BQ. Any insight into the method? Let me think about this. You're VAT registered and you do wholesale. I could do with actually having a look at the breakdown, because off the top of my head I can't think of which one would be correct for you. Obviously, you always need to make sure that you've got the wholesale toggle toggled onto wholesale, so you can enter your buy price excluding the VAT. Again, you need to make sure that you've got VAT registered in the settings on BuyBotPro. And I need to have a look at the methods to check out which one will be right for you. So we'll play the next video, and then whilst that video is on, I'll go ahead and have a look, and then I'll come back to you. So which one did we say that we would do next?
The export, I think.
Google export, yeah. Okay. So we're going to do the Google export video, and then we will be back.
See you in a bit. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk you through the Google Sheets export function within BuyBotPro. So this is really useful if you want to create a list basically of all of the products, the deals that you've analysed using BuyBotPro, or you want your VAs to do it, or what's more commonly kind of the use for it is to create what we call a buy sheet. So you've analysed a deal on BuyBotPro and you've decided that it's a good product, it's something that you want to buy and you want to sell, and so you want to have it in kind of a database somewhere, a list. So you can then export all of the useful information about that deal, about that product, into a Google Sheet. So all you need to do to start with is go to Google Sheets. Obviously, make sure that you're signed into the Google account that you want to use, and then create a new Google Sheet. Title it whatever you want to call it, and then just copy that URL. Come back to your Chrome extension, come to your BuyBotPro settings by clicking on the cog here in the top right hand corner, and then if you scroll down a little bit, you'll see a box here that says Google Sheets ID. So all you need to do is paste the URL of your Google Sheet into there. Once you've done that, make sure you click Save and Sync, so that BuyBotPro has now linked itself to that Google Sheet, and so it knows where it needs to export that data to. BuyBotPro will then refresh. Now let's say we're analysing this deal, so I've input my buy price, I've clicked Analyse. BuyBotPro has analysed thousands of data points and given us all of this amazing, useful information. I've decided it's good, I'm going to go for it, and I want to copy everything over to my buy sheet. So all you need to do is scroll down until you get to this export data section. Obviously, it might be somewhere slightly different in your BuyBotPro depending on whether you've moved sections around. So you'll see that the heading of the section is export data, and then it says Google Sheets here. Now this box here that says source URL optional. So your source URL is where you would be buying that product from in order to then sell it on Amazon. So let's say, for example, I found this product here on this website, and then all I'm going to do is copy the URL of that product, and then I'm going to put it into that source URL box. So basically means it's another piece of information that I can move over to my Google Sheet. So when I look at it, I think, oh yeah, this was a good deal. This is something I wanted to pursue. That's where I'm going to buy it from. Then you'll notice there's a little green button here, and if you hover over it, it says copy to my buy sheet. So then all you need to do is click that button, and you'll notice underneath it just says copy to your sheet straight away. So I have copied all of that data into my Google Sheet. If you haven't done this before, you might get a little box that pops up just asking it to give permission for it to access your Google Sheet, which obviously you need to do in order to make that link. It's not a problem, just click accept and then it will export that data. So now if I come back to my spreadsheet, you'll notice that on the top line lots of information has appeared. Now obviously if you set this up and you were going to use it all, you would put in the headings as well so that you know exactly what the numbers are that you're looking at, but just really, really simple in order to get the data over there. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is if you come back up to your settings, Click on that cog and come down. You'll notice that where I put in that Google Sheets ID, there's a button here that says Customize. Now, if you click that, it will then open. Now, this is a list basically of all of the really useful information that BuyBotPro will transfer to your Google Sheet. Each one has a letter, and that basically corresponds to the column that the information is in your Google Sheet, which is super useful. If you want to change these, you can do. All you need to do is say, let's say I want the product name to be in column B and I want the ASIN to be in column A. Simple as that. So you could order them, let's say you have kind of the 6 things that you want in your first 6 columns. You would then just put them in A, B, C, D, E, and F. Really simple. You know, as I said before, it's all about making all of the features easy to use and customizable to you, because everyone works in different ways. Everyone has different processes. Everyone has different kind of criteria or information that they prioritize and they want to see. So a really simple way in order to make the Google Sheet export even more kind of personal to you. And then once you've done that, if you have made changes, obviously all you would need to do is click OK, and then don't forget to save and sync. And then the next time it exports, it will export the data in the order that you've asked for it in. So that is the Google Sheet export function within BuyBotPro. Back to me and Holly. Hello again. Let us know if you have any questions on that one. Oh, there you are. I thought you were actually wasn't going to work that time, but you've come back.
Oh no, is it there?
Yeah.
Is it still not there for me? So
that's so weird.
Okay, so just going back to the question that Shabu had, I think that you are correct on method 4. I don't think there's a more correct one for you, but I do think that you should potentially take a look and make sure that the settings costs that you have in your repricer and in BuyBotPro are the same. If there is slight variations, or if, for example, your repricer includes a more storage fee or something like that, then you're going to get slight variations in the ROI that you're seeing. So there's quite a few things that can change the ROI. Obviously, if there's even just a little bit of a change in a fee or something like that, then it's going to make a difference. I'm not familiar with that repricer. If it was PPP, then I would probably be able to help a little bit more. But yeah, just make sure that you've got the same fees in both places, and that should hopefully help it. Yeah, ROI is return on investment, just in case nobody knew that. But yeah, check out the settings that you've got. It definitely make a big difference. Okay, did we do a? We didn't, did we?
Sorry, I'm just reading the questions that are coming in.
AV said, can I export all the variations ASINs? So you would have to go through individually, and you would have to individually export the variations if you wanted all of them. But I would definitely recommend, if you're going to do all of the variations, I would definitely recommend analysing them all anyway, just to make sure that they all work out. And because obviously you could be doing really, really well on one variation, and then you could do another variation and end up losing all of the profit that you made from the first variation because you didn't check them all. So it's probably a good thing. Okay, so if you're having any problems with the ROIs, I would recommend emailing the team and sending some screenshots over, Shabu, because obviously I can't see what's going on with your BuyBotPro right now. So if you could send some screenshots over, and then we can take a look at it. But all of our calculations are done by a UK accountant that is an expert in doing the accounts for Amazon sellers. So as much as I understand that there might be an issue, there almost certainly isn't an issue. It's probably taking something into account that maybe the other repricer isn't taking into account. But we definitely love to take a look just in case there is any problems going on there. Thanks, Beck. Beck's just put the email in there, so you can send us an email and we can go ahead and take a look at it. Okay. So I don't think we have any more questions.
There's
about
one
that.
more that
So just one more video.
Got one more question from Declan. If a supplier sends you a price list on Google Sheets or in Excel, is there any way of using BuyBotPro to save a bit of time going through the whole price list?
Oh yeah, I see that. I don't know how I missed that.
I guess it's like exporting, but the other way, isn't it? Which you would have to just...
Okay, so that's not a feature that we currently have, but it is a feature that is on the list. So we definitely want to get that in there. And we will do that just as soon as we can, but the list is long. So we've just got to get through it. But that is definitely something that we're going to look into in the future. It's just not something that we have available right now. Thank you for that, because I didn't see that chat. Right. Okay. So I don't think we have any more questions about the last video. So we'll go ahead and we'll do the VA Toolbox, because I think that one might be quite interesting to a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people know that that's there.
Yeah.
So we'll do that, and then we'll come back to chat and answer your questions.
See you in a minute.
See you in a minute.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you about the VA Toolbox, the Virtual Assistant Toolbox. This is virtual assistant management software. It allows you to see exactly what your virtual assistants are doing. They can submit deals to you through it, so you can see exactly what deals they're finding. And of course, it also takes screenshots for you to see exactly how they're working. It's built into BuyBotPro. It's all in one piece of software, and it's part of your BuyBotPro subscription. There isn't an extra cost for it. So it's super useful to have it all inbuilt into BuyBotPro and use it all as one. So first of all, if you're on your Amazon page and you've got your Chrome extension, the BuyBotPro Chrome extension, scroll down and you'll see the Virtual Assistant Toolbox section here. Now, to get to the Manager section, all you need to do is click on this VA Manager Login button here, and it will open in a new tab. Now, if you've not yet used this, you will need to kind of create an account almost, so create a password. So we would say to obviously use the email address that's linked to your BuyBotPro account, so that it's all in one and BuyBotPro can be linked to your VA Toolbox. And then you use the first 6 characters of your BuyBotPro license key as your password. Now, once you're set up, you can then sign in, and then it will look a little something like this. Now, this is a test account, but obviously I'm going to talk you through exactly what you can see on here. So the first section is the dashboard, which is kind of like your home page. Top left here, you'll see we've got total deals. So this is the total amount of deals submitted by your virtual assistants. And then you'll see that it's split up into different colours to show you exactly which virtual assistant has found how many deals. And you've got your little key down here. Then you come across the total work time. So again, split between your virtual assistants and color coded so that you can see exactly how that total work time in minutes is split between your virtual assistants. And then you've got your daily deals. And as it said, check out each column for more details. If you hover over each column, it will show you the date and how many deals were found on that day. You then come down, you've got latest deals. So this section basically tells you the name of the product, the name of the virtual assistant that submitted that deal. It will tell you the ASIN, and if you click on that ASIN, it will take you through to the Amazon page for that product. Let's come back to here. Then you've got your buy price, you've got the sell price, you've got the BuyBotPro score, and then also how long ago it was found. If you click here, you can also filter to look at a specific virtual assistant, so that's really useful. Then you've got your screenshots here, so latest screenshots, and again you can filter them by your virtual assistant. I'll go through the screenshots in more detail in a little bit. So that is your dashboard section. So then let's come up and you've got time logs. Time logs is basically a log of the time that your virtual assistant's working and what they've done in that time. So you'll see here you've got the name of the virtual assistant, you've got the time they started work, the time they finished work, how many deals they found in that time, how many screenshots were taken in that time, and then also how long they were working for. So between the start and the finish time, that's the duration. Again, you can filter by virtual assistant using that filter button, which is really useful. So that's your time logs. And then come on to the next one, you've got deals. So this is kind of a summary of all of the deals that have been found. Again, you've got who found that deal. So you've got the VA, you've got their initials, and if you hover over, it will tell you their name. You have got the title of the product, you've got the ASIN, and again, if you click on the ASIN, it will open the Amazon page. You've got your buy price, your sell price, your BuyBotPro confidence score, the date it was found, and then you've got some action buttons here. So you've got an Amazon link and also a Google Sheet link as well. Then let's come on to the screenshots. So in order for the VA Toolbox to take these screenshots, your VA will need to download the Chrome extension that allows them to do that. Now this extension is called the BuyBotPro VA Monitoring Add-on extension. So they just need to download that, and then that enables the VA Toolbox to take screenshots. So here is obviously what the screenshots would look like. You can see the initials in the right hand corner, the bottom right hand corner, to show which VA it's been taken from. And of course you've got your drop down. I've only got screenshots for this VA here. Obviously this is a demo account, but if you had screenshots for multiple ones, then you would have a list here and you could choose for which ones you wanted to look at. So coming on, then you've got virtual assistant button. So this is basically where you would manage your virtual assistants. You can see them in here. So you have got the name of the virtual assistant, you've got their email address, the total time that they've worked, the total deals they've found, the amount of deals, total screenshots that have been taken, when they last submitted a deal, and whether they're active or not. And this is also where you would add a new virtual assistant. So if you took on a new virtual assistant and you wanted to get them added to the VA Toolbox, you just click that button. And you've also got the link here to take you to the Chrome store to get you to get them to download that VA Monitoring Chrome extension. So if you then wanted to send them in the right direction to download that, you've got the link here to send to them. Now moving on, we have then got BuyBotPro settings. So here is where you would have your email address, your license key, your region, and then you've also got requirements. So this is basically your criteria of a deal. So it lets your VA know exactly the requirements of the deal that they're looking for. So you can put in your BSR, your ROI, your profit, and your BuyBotPro score as well. Obviously make sure that you submit that. So then when your VAs are analysing deals with BuyBotPro, they know exactly what their criteria is in order to find a good deal. Then you've got your settings. So this is basically just where you would put, it would have your name, your email address that's linked to your BuyBotPro account, your time zone, and also you can change your password for this VA Toolbox as well. So let's come back to the dashboard. So as I said, really, really useful software if you have VAs and you need kind of management software, but obviously it's linked to your BuyBotPro. So it's all in one subscription. It's all one piece of software. Just keeps it really easy for you to use, but so much information in order to manage your virtual assistants. If you can manage your virtual assistants well, then that will have an impact on your business because it will be more efficient. You'll find more good deals and then obviously make more money, which is what we want for everybody's businesses. Now I'm just going to show you, if I come back to Amazon to BuyBotPro here. Now if I'm doing this from the point of a virtual assistant, I'm just going to show you how it would work for them. So obviously you would be explaining this to them. So let's say I'm going to start work and I'm going to type in my email address. Obviously this is one of the emails that I've got it set up for my virtual assistant in my VA Toolbox. So I'm starting work, I'm Chris, I've typed in my email address and I'm just going to click save. And then I'm going to start work because my shift has started. Now you'll see then that that's changed and it's now monitoring me. I'm working, so my shift has started. I would come up and I would use BuyBotPro exactly like you would use BuyBotPro yourself. I will look at products, I will put in the buy price, I will click analyze, I will get all of that amazing information that BuyBotPro offers. And then if I decide, yes, this is a deal that I want to submit. Now, as I said before, your deal criteria is also here. So this will tell you exactly what criteria that you're looking for. Now, let's say I found a good deal and I want to submit it. So I just click submit deal. There we go. So I've submitted my deal. I'm going to work a bit more and then I'm going to finish and I'll click finish. And that's my kind of shift submitted. So let's come back to the dashboard. I'm just going to refresh this. Now you'll see that I have this deal that I've just submitted as Chris has appeared in the latest deals 26 seconds ago. This has changed as well because now Chris has submitted 5 deals. And also it would have logged his shift if I come over to time logs. It's also logged my shift that I started at 10:11 and I finished at 10:12 and I submitted 1 deal and it took 1 screenshot. My duration was 53 seconds, obviously quite a short shift, but I just wanted to illustrate that to you. So that is the Virtual Assistant Toolbox, Virtual Assistant Management software built into BuyBotPro, which enables you to keep an eye on what your virtual assistants are doing, look at the deals they're submitting to you, and just effectively manage your staff. Back to me and Holly. Hi guys, we are back. I love the VA Toolbox. I think it's one of my favourites.
Yeah, it's really, really good. So a lot of people said that they don't have VAs, but it's always good to know that you have this option there should you decide to outsource your product sourcing and things like that to your VAs. And then the 16% that said that they will now, because now they know about it. So that's really good. It's actually changing before my eyes.
Is it?
Yeah. So yeah, it's really great that there's 18% of you now that now know about the VA Toolbox, and you can go ahead and start using it to manage your VAs. So what resources do I use to train my VAs? And Karen's just answered that. Yeah, we have something really good coming really soon, so just hold on for that, and you'll know exactly what to give them very soon.
Yeah.
Khalid said, where can we find good VAs, please? So that's a very good question.
I think that's also touched on in something that's coming soon. Maybe not specifically, I'm not sure, but kind of, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there's something really good coming soon, and it's going to help you out with all your VA questions. But I can't say exactly what that is right now, but yeah, it'll be coming very soon, so just keep your eyes open for that. Yeah, so Karen says, yep, it's all covered in full. So I assume we will be announcing it in the BuyBotPro group, hopefully. So yeah, so keep your eyes peeled, and you'll know all about it soon.
I like we're always being sneaky on these training sessions. There's always one question that catches us out, and we're like, oh, yeah, but we can't say.
Are we allowed to say that?
Always exciting things happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I don't think we have any more questions. So I'm going to talk about the new feature, or the new exciting thing that we have coming out. So we are currently working on, it's a new table that's going to be in BuyBotPro. And when I said table to Matt, he thought I meant an actual physical table. So that's not what I mean. I mean, where the charts and the bar charts and the table is on BuyBotPro, we're going to have another one of those. And what it's going to be is it's going to let you know the percentage of the buy box that each seller has held. It's also going to let you know the last time that they won the buy box, and obviously the duration of the time that they had that buy box for is all going to be within that percentage. So it's going to just basically give you so much more information about what is specifically going on with the buy box on each individual listing, which is obviously really, really exciting. So yeah, that's going to be the new feature. Obviously I can't show it to you, and it's going to be so much nicer when we can get on video, when we can go, hey, look at this, it looks so good, and it gives you all of this information. But it's really, really exciting. It's just going to change the game to a certain extent, because even though we have the do Amazon share the buy box feature in there, it's good to know whether a particular seller is dominating the buy box, or whether Amazon obviously favor a certain seller in a buy box. And if you've got, let's say you've got 12 sellers on a listing, and one particular seller has the buy box for 95% of the time, you might look at it and go, oh, I don't know if I want to get into that game, because there's all these other people on there that aren't getting their share of the buy box as well. So it's just going to give you so much more information, so much more power to make a great decision when you're making your purchases. But again, we'll do a video, and it'll be so much better than me explaining it here, because you'll actually be able to see it. It'll be really good.
That's really, really exciting.
Yeah, really, really exciting. Yeah, so Steve says, great stuff, been waiting for this instead of using Keeper. So it's absolutely another reason that you don't need another subscription, because that information is going to be there in BuyBotPro, which is always good. We always want to save you having to have multiple subscriptions when you can just get everything from one place.
Definitely.
So that's going to be really good. I'm very, very excited. We are very nearly finished with it. We've just got a little bit of perfecting to do with it, but we're very close. So that's good. So Shabu said that is going to be a very good one. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. Do you guys have any more questions about any of the videos that we've done, about the new feature? Anything that you want to know, let us know in the chat, because we don't have any videos left and we don't have any questions left. So if you have anything that you'd like to ask, then just let us know. But we keep getting it about bang on an hour, don't we, these?
Yeah.
I think we're doing quite well with them. Laura, this has been amazing. Do you do any calls like this for PPP? Yes, we do. We do them, is it fortnightly?
So fortnightly, but alternating between BuyBotPro and Profit Protector Pro. So in 2 weeks' time, at this time, well, at 3 p.m. UK time, it will be Profit Protector Pro. So if you're not in the Facebook group, I would definitely recommend joining the Profit Protector Pro group as well, because we will always post in there, like we do for BuyBotPro.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so in 2 weeks' time.
We'll see you there, Laura.
Yeah, we'll see you there. What date will that be? Is it the 14th of April?
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. Yeah, so the 14th of April, the PPP one will be going ahead. And yeah, as Beck said, you can watch any of the previous ones over on the Profit Protector Pro YouTube channel as well, because we always upload these over there just in case you guys have to go early or something like that, or you can't catch them when they are live. They'll always be on our YouTube channels. Okay, I don't think anyone has any questions. So thank you so much for joining us. It's been really fun. Thank you, Kaylee, for your videos. They were very good, very informative. And thank you, Tim, for knowing more than me. I can't believe it.
He's never going to forget that now, is he?
I'm not. I'll never forget. Declan said no question, but thanks for that. Really opened my eyes to the features BuyBotPro has. Yep, absolutely. That's what these are all about. And we'll do different ones every week. So the videos will always be different, so that we can let you know about the different features, just in case you don't know about them, because there's so much that it's easy to not see all of them.
I think as well, if you get into a routine of what you're doing, so you maybe just look at the same things each time, you might not notice something new or just something that you've never used before. So, Kataris, but I need information about PPP. Yes, definitely join us. Tim, knowing one thing doesn't make an expert. Oh.
I just honestly can't believe that I never knew that. I can't get over it.
I'll make sure I talk about it in my next video.
Yeah, you need to, definitely. It's really good though, because it is nice. I bet it's nicer to see it bigger on the page if you want to really go in depth on that chart. So that's really good. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, but that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been great to have you with us, and we will see you next time.
See you next time.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.